football advice and sports betting advice for the week, specifically NFL Week 15. A lot of you guys obviously have playoff matchups ahead. We want to make sure we give you the best advice possible so you can set your lineups and get those dubs. So no matter where you're watching, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, welcome back into a night show for Butt Fumble Sports. We're going to focus on a lot of you guests, so if you want to hit us up on TikTok and join as a guest, feel free to do so. If you want to ask your question through the chat, happy to have you guys do that as well. Let's get a guest up here, Luke Grosso. Let's see what you're doing tonight.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, can't be better. How can we help you?
How do you think Henry's going to do this week?
So you're on the right side of a very popular trend. Over his last 6 games against the Houston Texans, Derrick Henry has dominated, going over 100 yards and having multiple touchdowns in most of those games. So if you believe in trends, it's certainly a good play. I understand it's a different defense this year, but the trends are on your side at least.
All right, and then who are your top waiver ads?
Matthew Stafford is probably my favorite waiver ad on the quarterback side. When it comes to wide receiver, Jacoby Myers is kind of an interesting one, given that the Chargers are so bad as a pass defense tomorrow night. Just something to think about. By this point, I would assume Jaden Reed and Romeo Doubs are both taken, but they're certainly players to like. Those are a few. Elijah Moore is another one who might be of interest to some of you guys out there. So those are a few names that kind of catch my eye. In the running back area, kind of tricky. Not too many I'm really in love with this week. So that's where I'm at. Appreciate the question. If you have a question, feel free to hit us up. Butt Fumble Sports is here to help you guys out with anything you need. ADHN. I'd lean towards Moss. Moss just barely over Jacoby Myers. Moss over Jacoby Myers, just barely. Thanks so much for the question. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Let's get to all those questions out there. Luke, pick 2. I'd go Barkley and Kyren Williams. Luke, I'd go Barkley and Kyren Williams. Thanks so much for the question, Luke. Majomes is saying, free Draymond Green. Is there a reason that I should feel sympathetic towards Draymond Green? I don't think he deserves the free Draymond Green status right now. I feel like what he did was completely unwarranted and he deserves the suspension. Luke, again, Barkley and Kyren Williams. If you guys have a fantasy question or a betting question for NFL Week 15, feel free to hit us up. We are here to help you guys out, so throw those questions in the chat, no matter where you're watching. Luke, also have CD. Then would you start Devontae Adams or Ayuk? I'm going to lean slightly. Adams has the better matchup. Adams is actually the better play over Ayuk, believe it or not. J Dubs, Olave, Nico, Rice, Wilson, and Reed, pick 3. Reed for sure. Reed for sure. I'd go Nico Collins if healthy. J Dubs, make sure he's healthy though. I know we're worried about that. And then between Olave, Rice, and Wilson. Olave, Rice, and Wilson. I'm going to lean slightly towards Olave, I think. I think I'd rather go Olave. Matt R. Jack, Connor or Clyde Edwards-Helaire if Pacheco sits. Man, I hated what I saw from Clyde Edwards-Helaire last week. I might go to James Conner even in a bad matchup. ADHN. I'd go Raiders defense. Michael Dodger Blue, thanks so much for subscribing. Michael Dodger Blue, you must be in a great mood given all the superstars now on your team. Otani and what? Potentially Yamamoto as well. Sounds like that was a fantastic meeting between those, that potential, addition to the team, the players you already have. Matt R. Jack, I'd go Falcons defense. Matt R. Jack, I'd go Falcons. Michael Dodger Blue, you're going to hear a lot of people hate on the Dodgers for all the weapons they're collecting. Put earplugs in and do not care. You're living the dream every baseball fan wishes they had. Diego, pick 2 and 1 for the flex. Diego, I'd go Bijan and Kyren Williams as my 2 running backs, and I'd go Gibbs at the flex. So Diego, Bijan, Kyren, and Gibbs would be the 3 players. Rangers, Pacers better pick it up. I know we have our eye on a lot of the bets that we talked about earlier today, Ranger. Ranger, overall, though, you got to admit, we did pretty well today on our player prop bets, game picks. It was another good day so far for Butt Fumble Sports, but obviously, knock on wood, we'll see how it plays out. You just got to let the ball bounce where it goes. J-Dubs78, I'd go Achan over Cook. J-Dubs, I'd go Achan over Cook. Lanny1, yo, what's good, Lanny1? War Eagle 201, I'd go with the Falcons defense just barely, I think. Falcons defense just barely. It's close between Falcons and Raiders. It's a toss-up. You can go with either one, honestly. I think both are good plays. Burner account, does Yamamoto end up with the Dodgers? Personally, I don't think he does. I think the Yankees are going to spend the most amount of money on him. And I do think the history of Tanaka, Matsui is enough Japanese sway there. Honestly, though, I think the Red Sox and the Mets are out of the running. I think it's between Dodgers and Yankees. I think the Yankees are going to get him, but it's close. Michael Dodger Blue, if Jacobs doesn't play, do I play Jacoby, Dobbs, or Ferguson? I'd go Romeo Dobbs, Michael. Buccaneers are a really bad pass defense. I see Dobbs having a good game. And you need my help, so I'm in the playoffs and have Swift, Kyron, and Jacobs. I got you. I got you on the others. Diego, pick two. Diego, I'd go Puka. I'd go Lamb. And I'd go Brandon Cooks, and I'd double up on the pass on the offense of the Cowboys. I understand Olave might be a better play than Cooks, so if you want to do that, Puka, Olave, and Lamb, that's probably the better play. But Cooks, I think, could still have a good game. Majomes, sit 3. Majomes wants me to sit 3. Javonte is 1. Jacobs is 2. And I'll say Kittle. Yeah, I'll say Kittle, Majomes. I'll say... No, I switched that. I'll go Ferguson. It's between Kittle and Ferguson for that 3 spot. I'll go Ferguson. I'll go Ferguson just barely. Lanny1, I see you picking Stafford everywhere. Is he the best QB in Week 15? It might be Lamar Jackson, Lanny1, but it's close between those two for that number 1 spot. Michael Dodger Blue, another issue I have is if Hollywood Brown doesn't play, then I'll need to put in Dobbs or Jacob. I'd put in Romeo Dobbs. Ryan N, pick 3. I'd go Achan, Moss, and Swift. Ryan N, Achan, Moss, and Swift. If any of you guys want to join the show as a guest and ask your question live on the air, feel free to do so. Hit us up. We love talking to you guys live on the show, so feel free to hit us up. We're just talking sports tonight, helping you guys out with your fantasy questions, making sure you guys make the right decision in these important weeks. Arctic Tiger, great to see you, Arctic Tiger. Are the overs for the kickers the best bet for tomorrow night's game? Not necessarily. I think that it is for the Raiders kicker, Carlson. I don't know about Dicker the kicker. I don't know how much he's going to get an opportunity. I'm still kind of on the fence about the Chargers offense in general. But I do think you're right about Carlson tomorrow probably being a good play over 1.5 field goals if that's where it's at. J-Dub78 asks, Texans, Chargers, or Falcons? J-Dubs, I'd go with the Falcons defense. Falcons is the one I like the most out of that group. We have someone who wants to join as a guest. Let's see who it is. Philly Sports Highlights wants to come on. Let's see what Philly Sports Highlight wants to talk about. What's good, Philly Sports Highlights?
So, should I start Brees Hall or Ezekiel Elliott this week?
Brees Hall or Ezekiel Elliott this week? That's a tricky one. I'm going to lean maybe just slightly towards Zeke Elliott. Not by much, but I'll go Zeke Elliott.
All right, thank you.
Have a great night, man. Hope you have a good one. Appreciate you guys joining the show. Feel free to hit us up. No matter the platform, we're here for you. TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Love talking sports with you guys. Having so much fun doing it. Jets Info is asking Brian Robinson Jr. if he's back healthy or Jacoby Myers. Myers has a good matchup. Jacoby Myers, yeah, he has a good matchup, but Brian Robinson's going to get more carries if healthy. So Jets Info, I might lean slightly towards Brian Robinson Jr. This is a show for subscribers only to comment, so if you want to get in on the conversation, hit us up. Rockets looking good right now in the NBA. I know you're betting behind them, and I'm following. Lanny1, I hope you're having fun tailing Butt Fumble Sports. Hopefully we have let you down the right track. Majomes, is Christian McCaffrey going to have a massive game this week? Yes, massive game. Arizona Cardinals are one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. Now, your 3-touchdown prediction could absolutely happen. Personally, I wouldn't be opposed to a 2-touchdown bet on Christian McCaffrey. I'm not one to do that very often, but could I see McCaffrey getting 2 touchdowns this week? Absolutely, and vaulting himself right back into the MVP conversation. So I like the idea, Majomes. 150 total yards. Not a terrible idea as well, though it seems very, very high. Let's get Michael Dodger Blue up on the show. Michael Dodger Blue. What's good?
I figured it'd be easier if I explain my situation.
Feel free.
Okay, so I have Metcalf, Hill, and Brown as my 3 wide receivers. I have Kieran and DeAndre Swift as my running backs, and my flex is Josh Jacobs. Jacobs may not play. So I have Jacoby Myers and Romeo Doubs and Jake Ferguson as all potential guys I could put in. But I don't know because they play Thursday, so I have to make a decision tomorrow.
And this is why Romeo Doubs is going to be the answer for me. And I understand Christian Watson could play this week. I don't care. The Buccaneers are a bad pass defense. Jordan Love is coming off a good game, but, he could have played better. The offense could play better. I think they're going to respond with a good passing performance from Love. I think Reed has a good game. I think Dobbs has a good game. And because I don't know what Watson's going to do because of his injury history throughout the season, I trust Romeo Doubs a decent amount. I put him in over Jacoby Myers, in part because the matchup between the matchup of the Chargers for the Raiders or the Bucks for the Packers is kind of negligible. They're both favorable. And then it comes down to the quarterbacks. I trust Jordan Love more than Aiden O'Connell, so I'd go Romeo Doubs.
Okay, and my problem is, Brown's kind of unknown, so do I just put Dobbs in for Brown and just leave Brown on my bench?
100%. I don't want to play around with Hollywood Brown. I understand that the 49ers may be vulnerable in the secondary a little bit, but I don't want anything to do with the Arizona Cardinals offense this week unless it's Trey McBride.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Congratulations on your Dodgers. You must be over the moon. Have you already bought your Ohtani jersey?
No, I'm kind of deciding on him or Betts. I have my Bellinger that I love to death and I can't get rid of, but I'll probably do Ohtani, though.
Talk about you said the one thing. I won't feel sorry for you as much as I can understand you losing Bellinger. You got Ohtani, you got Mookie Betts, you got Freddie Freeman. I don't think you're going to get me to mourn your loss of Bellinger, even though he's a great player and he was a great Dodger. But congratulations on your team. You're certainly going to have a very fun baseball season ahead.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Have a nice night.
See you too.
Let's get to more of your questions. Daniel F., I'd go Stafford over Mahomes. Stafford over Mahomes. Derek Kraft, would you trust Justin Tucker kicking in the rain in Jacksonville? The answer is I actually would. It depends on what the wind is. I'm not as concerned about the rain, but I am concerned about the wind if there is any. Nick Pence, thanks so much for subscribing, Nick Pence. Welcome to Team Butt Fumble Sports. Great to have you. Diego, Puka or Gibbs at the flex, or start both and bench Lamb. Man, tricky because I do like both Puka and Gibbs, but I don't really want to bench Lamb. I'll start Puka and Lamb, and I'll just hope that David Montgomery's the better Lions running back this week for you. Best doggos, pick 2. I'd go Achan. I'd go Achan and Gibbs just barely over Swift. Boy, is it close on that, though. I got to admit, that is as tight as it gets. 3 running backs we really like. Nick Pence, I'd go Rams defense just barely. Commanders are such a bad offensive line. I'd go Rams defense. Also between Etienne, Waddle, and Ridley. Man, very close. I'm going to lean maybe just slightly towards Ridley over Waddle. Hashtag ticket shirt. Let's go. That's the one for my bro. Need some long sleeve on the... Oh, great call. Great call. Lanny won. Thanks for helping us out. Yep, we'll put together some long sleeve shirts for you. I love the idea. We'll add some things to the store. Daniel F., do you think Jacobs plays this week? Man, it isn't trending in the right direction. We're keeping our eyes out for some tweets tonight from Adam Schefter. Appreciate all those who have subscribed and those that are following. Butt Fumble Sports is live every single day. We do a show at 5 p.m. every Monday through Friday for everybody, subscribers and non-subscribers alike, and every weekend at 10 a.m., Saturday, Sunday at 10 a.m., so make sure you are following. That way you never miss the show. Shane Usher, should I start Cooper Kupp after a big week? He's going to have a monster week this week as well. He's a must start this week. Diego, is Broncos defense good to have rest of season? It's not bad. They've been turning over opposing teams. I don't hate them rest of season. Just understand, like this week against the Lions, they're not a top 5 defense. They're not a top 6 defense. Anonymous Gaming, Komet, Thomas, Waller, or drop Thomas and Goddard. Go get Goddard. Anonymous Gaming, if you could, go get Goddard. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are loving the show. We're keeping our eyes on a few of the scores across the NBA so far. Oh, too bad. The Pacers game is getting away from us, guys. That one looks like it's not gonna go in our direction. We got the 76ers correct. We got the Pelicans correct. We got the Heat correct. We got the Raptors correct. We got the Rockets correct. We got the Lakers correct. The question is, can we get a comeback from the Pacers? Not looking great, I'm not going to lie. Not looking great, but we'll hold out hope for a little bit longer. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Hope you guys are loving the show and loving the content. Duffel Bag, hey, what's good? Diego, Kincaid or Ingram? I'd go Kincaid. Majomes, Pats money line, poop. Jets money line, poop. Yeah, Majomes, how about this? Instead of wasting your money on that parlay, why don't you give us a gift for about the same amount of money? You'll get more out of it, because at least you'll make somebody happy. Because with that parlay, you will make nobody happy. You'll only make you miserable. Laney 1, need Knicks and Suns. Yeah, need Knicks and Suns is right. That's exactly right. By the way, guys, Laney 1, I want to make sure you hear this. I am very big on round robins. Lanny 1, so you see a lot of the parlays I do on the SHARPZ app. You know, it's DraftKings, but I post them on the SHARPZ app. I do a lot of round robins. Perfect example tonight. I did really well on the player prop bets for the NBA, but I missed on Jimmy Butler. He'd had a big enough lead where they actually sat him. Looked like it was going to cash in terms of how it was performing in the first 3 quarters. Doesn't matter. We still cash on most of the tickets on that because the round robin, we do really well. So make sure you guys are checking that out as well. Doubleback donation of the week. Yeah, I like that idea. Donation of the week. We have the pick of the day, the donation of the day. Diego, Cowboys or Rams defense? Diego, I'd go Rams. I'd go Rams defense. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are having a lot of fun. If you do have a comment or a question, hit us up. Feel free to come on live on the show. Daniel F., Waddle, Ridley, or Hollywood at the flex. I lean slightly, I think, towards Ridley, but I'm not crazy about it. I think Ridley over Waddle, but it's close. I like the starting Smith and D-Hop. I'll certainly say that. Again, guys, feel free to come on as a guest. We'd love to have you join the show. Michael Dodger Blue. I have Baltimore. Is it a bad idea just to play them and forget the rest of the way? It's not a terrible idea, but frankly, they're facing some good defenses, or good offenses, so I still think you should play the week-to-week matchups. Diego, should I drop Love for Stafford or keep Love? You could drop him for Stafford. Stafford's going to have a great game, but Love's going to have a great game too. I don't know if I'd make the adjustment necessarily. Best doggos, out of that group, I'd probably go Noah Brown. I think Jordan Addison is going to have a bad game. Majomes, catch me on my yacht when it cashes. Majomes, I freaking love it. Majomes, let's put it this way. If it cashes, I will be the first one to give you your flowers. I don't know if that's what you wanted. It sounds like you wanted a boat, but flowers is what you get. Shane Usher, is Nico Collins out? We're still waiting on word. I don't want to overstate an injury because we're still getting injury reports day by day, but it's not looking great. Anonymous Gaming, would you start Flowers or drop Fields? Because I have Stafford and get OBJ. I'd start Flowers and keep what you have, Anonymous Gaming. I think you're okay. Tweety Bird, do you think CJ will be back? Should I bet on Stafford? I would bet on Stafford for this week, Tweety Bird. Yep. Duffelbag, Noah Brown has given me a donut last 2 weeks. I know, Duffelbag. It was because of who he was asking about, not because I'm endorsing him heavy. Best doggos, I'd go Mostert over Gibbs just barely. Mostert over Gibbs just barely. I think he's got a greater chance of finding the end zone. If you have a fantasy question, hit us up in the comments section across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. It is a subscriber-only show, so make sure you're subscribing. If you're not subscribing now, hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the best community of sports fans across the entire social media world. That way you never miss our show or never miss a chance to ask your question. If I don't get Goddard, would you go after Waller? No. Komet? No. Logan Thomas? Maybe you want to go after the Davis Allen, the tight end. Higbee or Davis Allen, the tight end of the Rams, is actually a good pickup. Nick Pence, Njoku or McBride. Ooh, tricky. I like both of them this week. I'll lean slightly towards McBride because he has been, from a fantasy standpoint, arguably a top 3 tight end over the last month and a half. I know Njoku had a great game last week. He could have a good game this week, but I'll go McBride just barely, I think. It's very close. Michael Dodger Blue, appreciate you joining the show. Appreciate you subscribing. Welcome to the community. Now you'll never miss a show, Michael Dodger Blue. We are live every single day. There is not one day of 2023 that we will miss. So make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. Live every single day. Tweety Bird, I'd go Brown. Tweety Bird, I'd go Brown. Diego, I think Eckler carries the team tomorrow. 2 touchdowns. Diego, I could see Austin Eckler getting 1 touchdown, but carrying the team and getting 2, that might be asking too much. Shane Usher, Jalen Hurts does bounce back. I think he's going to have a big week. Jacobs, Moore, Reed, all questionable. Playoffs up in smoke. Majomes, smoke them if you got them. Do what you can. Hold on. It'll be okay. We'll talk through it, Majomes. We'll get you to the other side of this week. If you guys have a question, make sure you hit the follow button. Lanny 1, maybe on Kick we're not subscribe eligible yet. Maybe we're not an affiliate yet. So, Lanny 1, just keep riding with us. Feel free to subscribe on YouTube, on Twitch, and on TikTok. It is so wonderful to have you guys with us. We are going to be live for only a short period of time, but I promised I'd come on. So get those questions in, everybody. Lanny, maybe I am. Duffel bag, Flacco or Browning? Ooh, tricky. I like them both. But I'll lean just slightly towards Browning, and here's why. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. That's why. I prefer their receivers. Tweety Bird, I would start Swift. Shane Usher, Instagram for your picks. Shane Usher, DM me on Instagram. I'll share a link and a referral code for you so you get all of my picks, but it's on the SHARPZ app. I don't give out my picks on Instagram. I post all my picks on the SHARPZ app. The way it works, it's a social media app that aggregates your bets. So if I make a bet on DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, on any of them, every time I make a bet, it automatically shows up on the SHARPZ app, so you can sort through and see every bet that I make for free. That's how it works. And then obviously, SHARPZ is a place where you can say you like it, you can follow it, you can fade it, you can tail it. Really good place to go. Yeah, duffel bag. We have been on fire lately. Unfortunately, it looks like that roll is going to come to a bit of an end with the Pacers losing by more than 9.5 points, or at least we expect them to lose by 9.5 points. The Rockets did hit, Lanny. Rockets hit. The Suns have a lead right now. We're waiting on the Knicks. We're waiting on the Suns. We're waiting on the Pacers. But other than that, we are actually pitching another perfect game right now. It has been a phenomenal week for us so far. Obviously, we had our birthday yesterday, so maybe there's a little bit of magic in the air. But yesterday, we hit NHL parlays like crazy. On Monday, we hit NBA parlays like crazy. It has been a phenomenal week so far, and we are not done yet. I have started doing my research for tomorrow, so we have picks loaded up. They'll be ready for you guys at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Again, we do a show every day at 5 p.m. Eastern on the weekdays, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you follow. That way you never miss the show. Do you see DeRozan in a Knicks or Heat uniform before the trade deadline? Most likely not. I think Levine is the one who's most likely gone. I don't know if DeMar DeRozan, it depends on what the contract situation is going to be. Do you think Justin Jefferson will play Lucas Rathwell? He says he's going to play, so I'm going to believe him. Lucas Rathwell, how was the Celtics game? Great time. My buddies took me out for my birthday, so awesome time watching a Celtics Cavs game. I took the Celtics on the money line and Cavs +7. It was a 7.5. It was a 7-point difference, so everything worked. Yeah, and the 8 legs, yeah, you know it. Arctic Tiger, rate the team. Love, Kamara, White, Puka, Moore, Hopkins, Njoku, and Jets defense. Arctic Tiger, the only thing I don't like is the Jets defense. Everything else I love, but I'm not as big on the Jets defense as you might be. They're not terrible. It's not a horrible idea, but against the Dolphins, I'm sure there's a better defense to go claim. But other than that, Arctic Tiger, that is a winning lineup. Tweety Bird, I was 0-3 before finding your page. Now I'm 1 in the playoffs. Tweety Bird, unbelievable success. I'm so happy we were able to steer you in the right direction. Diego, should the Steelers call Big Ben off the couch to save their season? I don't know if people remember what Big Ben looked like in the final year of his career, but he was not a quarterback that people really wanted. So, IP Shade 45, should I start Russ or Geno this week? Ooh, tricky. I'm going to lean maybe just slightly towards... I'll lean slightly towards Geno Smith. The matchup's just too favorable. Arctic Tiger, it's an interesting idea. That's why I wasn't hating on it, because I can understand the injuries to the Dolphins. But that said, you are running a risk. You are kind of spitting into the wind, pulling on Superman's cape, so to speak. If you guys want to join the show, talk some sports with us, ask your question, feel free to hit us up as a guest. We love talking sports with you guys. So if any of you guys do want to join as a guest, come on TikTok and hit us up. Diego, does Flacco look like his prime years ago? He doesn't look like his prime years, but he's going to continue to play well. He's got good matchups. He's got a good matchup this week. I like Joe Flacco this week. Shane Usher, Colts defense, Ravens defense. I'd go Ravens. Brandon Castillo, should I start Zeke or Devontae Smith? Brandon Castillo, I'd go Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith for me. Appreciate all of the subscribers that we have that are watching the show. If you're watching right now and you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Become a member of the community. You can ask your questions throughout these night shows. And of course, you can find us every single day. Love those subscribers out there. Make sure you're one of them. Lucas Rathwell, how am I looking this week? Stafford, Mixon, Kyron, Sutton, Jefferson, Hawkinson, Flowers, Koo, and the Dolphins defense. I like everybody but Mixon. I'm not huge on Jefferson, but I like everybody but Mixon. Brandon Castillo, thanks so much for saying that, man. I missed you too. But Jones, is $500 in the rain worth it to see the Niners and the Ravens? Yes. I'm not usually... IP Shade 45, thanks for the Knights helmet. Thanks so much, buddy. I appreciate you so much. But Jones, I think it's worth it, man. Now, personally, I've been to a lot of great sporting events in my life because I worked in sports media, so I've just been very, very lucky. But that said, Ravens Niners game, I think 500 maybe is a little steep, but if you could get it at like 300, I would do it. 350, I don't want to say what I'd do with someone else's money, but I'd love to go to that game. Think Rams D on the waiver wire would be a better than Ravens. I think so, Shane. I think it's because they get sacks. Brandon Castillo, I paid $500 for Eagles Niners and we got clapped. Yeah, tough. Kyle Bond, thanks so much for subscribing again. Avery Paul, we are probably not going to know CJ Stroud's status, so what do I do with Nico or Devontae? I'd probably go Devontae, Avery Paul. Great to have so many subscribers on the show with us tonight. Hope you guys are loving the content and the conversation. If anybody wants to come on as a guest and talk to us live on the air, feel free to do so. 300 with parking and a beer is still 500. But Jones, that's a great point at this point. Beer is out of control in terms of the prices. Brandon Castillo, I'd go Stafford. Brandon Castillo, I'd go Matt Stafford. Kyle Bond, I'm not big on James Conner this week. Don't feel good about it. Avery Paul, I'm nervous about Devontae. I feel Nico would do better. I agree, but is Nico going to play? I don't know his health status yet. So if Nico Collins is fully healthy, I probably like him more than Devontae. That said, Devontae's got a great matchup tomorrow against the Chargers. The Chargers are one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL. So, Diego, my cousin is signing with Vanderbilt tomorrow. Can't wait to visit Nashville. Diego, congratulations to your cousin. What sport? Baseball? Football? What sport are we talking, Diego? Basketball? What sport is he signing up for? IP Shade 45. Terry, not big on Terry McLaurin this week. Ayuk, Ingram, Hopkins, Ridley, pick 2. Oh, yuck, 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 yuck. This is not a good lineup, IP Shade 45. Not this week. I'd go Hopkins, and I think I'd go Ayuk, but man, I don't like it, IP Shade 45. I'll go Hopkins and Ayuk, but not a great group of players this week. Uh-oh. Diego, congratulations to him. Kyle Bond, you going with Dak or Lamar this week? Oh, Lamar. He's got a great matchup this week against the Jaguars. I'm going Lamar Jackson. Hope you guys are loving the show. If you are, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, and of course, tap the screen, show some love. Really appreciate you guys watching the show. Yeah, that was good. By the way, Pacers, there's still a few minutes left. Do you want to, cover the spread right now? Hey, Pacers, we're so close to everything cashing for us. Literally, we are a Pacers cover away because we have Suns money line. That's looking better by the quarter. We've got the Knicks on the money line. I still have faith in that. But right now, literally every game we've picked in the NBA so far has already cashed. So we are in a really good position on our round robins. It means we're going to make a good amount of money tonight, even if we don't go perfect. So, and what did I tell you guys? Bruins plus 1.5 was a great play. I told you guys that earlier. IP Shade, how was the game yesterday? Worth it? Killer seats. Yeah. Awesome seats. So a buddy of mine took me with a couple other friends, and it was just a great time, great seats. Awesome game. The Celtics are such a good team. I split my time often between Boston and New York, so it was great to be here for a Celtics game. And obviously to celebrate my birthday with some friends, go to the game. I mean, that's what you want for your birthday, just to have some good memories, good laughs, and obviously to see a good game. Shane Usher, Hurts, Williams, White, Olave, Debo, Cup, Kincaid, Rams or Ravens defense. Shane, that's a really solid team, Shane. Really like it. Best doggos. If Collins were to play, I'd go Collins, but otherwise I'd go Ayuk. Michael Dodger Blue, Romeo Dobbs is the one. Have Hawkinson at the tight end. Love that. Would you risk Ferguson in my flex over Jacoby? Probably by a hair, yes. Bryce Stanton, thoughts on Kupp going into the playoffs? Cooper Kupp's going to have a monster game this week. He lines up to have a great matchup against the Washington Commanders. Big on Cooper Kupp this week. Texas Tejano, I'd go Gibbs, Kamara. Texas Tejano, I'd go Puka, Bijan, and Kamara, and Gibbs would be on the bench. I like him, but because he splits touches with Montgomery, he loses out on it. I'd go Puka, Bijan, and Kamara, Texas Tejano. Those would be the three. Tate, I'd go Michael Vick in his prime. I still think he was better than Lamar, even though Lamar won an MVP and Michael Vick didn't. Michael Vick was just so ahead of his time. Shane Usher, Kelsey or Laporta? I'd go Laporta. I think Kelsey could have a good game, but I'll go Laporta. I trust him a little bit more. Best doggos, Allen and or Higbee or Thomas. I'd go with Higbee. I'd go with the Rams tight end. I'd go Rams tight end, best doggos. Appreciate you guys watching the show. Again, if any of you guys want to come on live, ask your question live on the air, you're more than welcome to do so. Hit us up on TikTok. We love having guests on the show and answering your questions live on the air. So if any of you guys want to do that, feel free to do so. As always, I'm going to ask you guys, please do us the favor of sharing the channel. If there's a sports fan that you know, in a group chat, at home, at work, out in the greater world, share Butt Fumble Sports with them. Let them know that Butt Fumble Sports is on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Share the channel. Let them know about us. If you're a loyal Butt Fumbler, do us the favor. Let us grow by one person. If all of you guys tell just one person, and they tell one person, and they tell one person, that'll be more people. So that's what we're going for here. Hey, I see someone wants to join the show as a guest. So let's set that up right now. Let's see who wants to jump on. Sam I Am is going to be the guest that joins the show now. Sam I Am, what's going on, Sam I Am?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Happy birthday to you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I hope you're having a great night.
Yeah, you helped me out, man. I wanted to thank you. You told me to pick up London that other week, and he went off, and that put me into the playoffs.
I'm glad that you listened to that one because I knew he was going to have a big game. Did you see that one catch he had? That was awesome, man.
Yeah, he did it for me, man. But I got this is my week getting in, and we're gonna have I got a head-to-head with a guy. So I'm thinking I have Love or Fields for the quarterback position. And who do you like for that?
I'm going to go Jordan Love. The matchup against the Buccaneers is just incredibly favorable. And let's call a spade a spade. The Bears have been good at times, but against bad pass defenses, as banged up as the Browns are, they're still a good defense. I'd rather go with Jordan Love.
Okay, and I have wide receiver spot.
Oh, we lost you. We lost you. We'll have to get you back on, Sam I Am. Let's get Ryder up on the show. Let's see what Ryder wants to talk about. Ryder, what's good?
What's up? I was wondering, do you think Justin Jefferson is going to play this week?
I do think he's going to play this week, and it's because he came out earlier today and he actually said that he's going to play this week. Here's my concern. If you're in the fantasy football playoffs, I don't know if you can trust Justin Jefferson. I want to believe it, but given that he got banged up in the first game back, literally within the first 2 catches that he had, really risky for me, so you might want to be a little cautious on this one. If you have other options, I might look for it.
Then I also have Joe Mixon on my bench right now.
Joe Mixon's not a good play this week. Joe Mixon has a really bad matchup. He's actually a running back that's on my hate list. Minnesota Vikings are a good run defense, actually.
All right, so do you think I should start Joe Mixon or Justin?
If that's the question, if it's between Mixon and Jefferson, I will say go Mixon. I know that's counterintuitive, even though I just said he's got a bad matchup. But if it's between those two, Mixon's going to get more carries. Mixon has a greater opportunity to get in the end zone. Mixon's the safer play. I'd go Mixon. Diego, I like how the Dodgers are focusing on our pitching, trying to get Glasnow, Yamamoto, Hader. Look, that when you built an all-star lineup, I guess the next thing to do is build an all-star rotation, Diego. Sherry, I'd go Falcons defense, Sherry. I'd go Falcons defense. IP, Shade 45. Dodgers have 3 stars on deferred contracts. And you know what that's about? It's not about the Dodgers. It's about California taxes. If California didn't have the taxes that they had, if this were a Texas team, don't get me wrong, these players would rather have the money now. It is actually not in the best interest of players to defer payment. Future value versus net present value. It's a whole accounting course. But that said, it's better to have your money now because you can invest it. There's opportunity value there. But by deferring it, what can you do? Avoid California taxes. That's why all 3 superstars have done that. I wonder if they've hired very smart, successful financial managers. Best doggos. Can't let our FF opponents know. Best doggos. Well, then I hope in fantasy football season you'll share the channel as we get to sports betting because we're all on team cashing tickets for sports betting, right? Majomes, Dodgers going to have no money in the 2030s. Majomes, I couldn't disagree more. Shohei Ohtani just broke the single day or 48-hour record for Fanatics' most jerseys ever sold in the history of the company. I think the Dodgers are going to make so much money over the next few years. Even if they have to pay luxury tax, they're going to have plenty of money to spend in the 2030s. Jay Morris, Connor, Warren, Ford. Jay Morris, I'd go Warren and Ford. Warren and Ford, though I really don't like them. Palmer over props, who else are they going to throw it to? Majomes, I'll let you take that bet. I don't want anything to do with the passing game of the Los Angeles Chargers. Besides Eckler, which players will be good tonight on the Chargers? Arctic Tiger, I didn't even see your question and already I answered it. Diego, Giannis has a 60 burger, I know, but as long as we can cover, so come on Pacers. Unfortunately, it looks like we're a little far out. We almost got that cover. I got it at 8.5, 9.5, but right now it's still at that double-digit mark, so might miss on it. I live in California and I just don't pay taxes. Majomes, don't share that with the group. Kobe Helms, I've got Cooper Kupp, Jefferson Chase, London OBJ. One's got to sit. I'd probably sit Jefferson for the very reason you mentioned. He scares me as well. Arctic Tiger, appreciate you joining us. Diego, Majomes, Kobe, Jay Morris, Sherry, IP Shade 45, Best Doggo, Shane Usher. Just awesome having all of you guys with us. Landon Wilson, great to see you. I Love Balls, great to have you as a new subscriber. I Love Balls. By subscribing, you got me to say that one sentence. Landon Wilson, pick 2. I'd go Moore and Flowers. Landon Wilson, I'd go Moore and Flowers. Just make sure DJ Moore's a healthy play. Pick 3 for running backs. I'd go Bijan, Pollard, and Jacobs, I guess. But Jacobs might be banged up, so you don't know about him. Mr. Fresh, I'd go Jordan Love. Mr. Fresh, I'd go Jordan Love. Thanks so much for the question. Kobe, can James Cook find success? Yes, he can. but in the passing game more than I think the running game. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are loving the content. Jay Morris, I'd go Odell Beckham Jr. and Jalen Warren. Jay Morris, OBJ, and Jalen Warren. Landon Wilson, Mahomes or Purdy? Oof. I'd go Brock Purdy. I think I'd go Brock Purdy. Sherry, I'd go Jalen Hurts for you, though. Sherry, I'd go Jalen Hurts. Man, 3 Brock Purdy questions in a row, and I'm going Landon Wilson, I'd go Purdy over Mahomes. Sherry Colbert, I'd go Hurts over Purdy. 6 Geese, I'd go Lamar over Purdy. Yeah, 6 Geese, I know. A lot of Purdy questions. I love balls. Start 2, I'd go Cooper, Kupp, and Flowers. I'd go Kupp and Flowers. See, now I gotta stop myself from saying the whole sentence. If any of you guys want to join as a guest, hit us up. Love having you guys on the show. By the way, guys, I have to admit the hot streak for betting, it may not be officially over. We're still doing really well. We've only missed 1 NBA pick tonight, but we have missed an NBA pick officially. We took the Pacers. By the way, we took the Bucks on the money line, so I guess we actually got that right. But we did take Pacers plus 8.5, plus 9.5. We got that one wrong. That was also our SHARPZ play of the day, so that's not a good look. It's funny that we got everything else right, but missed on that one. Not a great look. Knicks not looking great. Suns, all right, this later window's all of a sudden not looking favorable for us, but still going to cash some tickets tonight. Mr. Fresh, I'd go Jaden Reed. Mr. Fresh, I'd go Jaden Reed. 6 Geese, how do I feel about James Cook? Depends on who else you have. If you don't have anybody else, he's a start, but he's not in my love list. Arctic Tiger, Hammer, Eckler, and Carlson overs. Not a bad idea, Arctic Tiger. You're actually thinking the same way I am. But Jones, if they get Mahomes some wide receivers, won't he become a system quarterback with a great QB? Hashtag Purdy. But Jones, you're funny. You're pulling legs. I see you. I see what you're doing. I love start 2. I'd start Swift. IP Shade 45, thanks so much for the helmet. I'd go Swift and Elliott, I think. Swift and Elliott. Love that night helmet, IP Shade 45. Thanks so much. Hope you guys are watching our content every single day. Lanny 1, what's good? Lanny 1, Moss better than Najee this week he is. Tate, thoughts on Chiefs offsides call? He was offsides. I don't understand this. This is like being disappointed that someone's perfect game didn't happen because a hit happened. Not because a bad out by an umpire, but because someone actually got a hit. This is an obvious one. It shouldn't matter what happened after the penalty. The penalty happened literally at the snap of the ball. So I don't care that Travis Kelce did something special after the fact. That is our loss, but it's also Kadarius Toney's fault. It's not the referee's fault. 6 Geese, I have Henry, Hall, Edwards, Chandler, and Cook at running back. Get Derrick Henry in there against those Texans. Hopefully, Raiders defense will pull through without Crosby. Arctic Tiger, I hadn't even known Max Crosby was going to be out. Thanks for letting me know. IP Shade 45, I did see about that Tom Brady roast. You know there are going to be some deflated balls jokes. You know there's going to be some kissing his son jokes. You know there's going to be some... I don't know. There's a lot of material there. I love start 1. I go Pittman, I think, just barely over... Wait, is that A.J. Brown or Hollywood Brown? If it's Hollywood Brown, he'd be the one to sit. I'd start Pittman just barely over DJ Moore. If it's A.J. Brown, I'd start A.J. Brown. Giselle jokes. I still don't know what the Giselle jokes would be other than, you got a divorce. He was married to the most successful supermodel in the history of all time and one of the most beautiful women in the world. I don't know if there's something there other than, you're not married to her now, but he kind of wanted that. So it's not, I don't know if there's something there on the Giselle side. Lucas Rathwell, as a Chiefs fan, mad the way Mahomes acted. I was too. I was really disappointed. And I know other people have mentioned this. It wasn't that he was complaining, about the refs. It's how he talked to Josh Allen. What if Josh Allen had gone up to him after the playoff game and had been like, why do we have coin tosses? You shouldn't have a coin toss to decide a game. It just would have been a lame move. So personally, I just feel it was a lesser side of Patrick Mahomes, but I still believe in him. I'd go A.J. Brown. I'd go A.J. Brown. Appreciate you guys being with us. We've been live for just about an hour. I am going to sign off now because, I mean, how long can I be on live? I've already been on live for like 3 hours today, right, guys? Giving you guys fantasy advice, giving you guys sports betting advice. If you guys tailed us today, you cashed a lot of tickets. Did we go perfect? No, but right now we only have one miss in the NBA game picks. We did well on player prop bets. I hope you guys out there are following us. I hope you're tailing us. If you guys want every bet I make every single day, DM me on Instagram, everybody. DM me on Instagram to get every bet that I make every single day. DM me on Instagram. And guys, what time is our show tomorrow? 5 p.m. Eastern, everybody. Right, guys? 5 p.m. Eastern. I hope by now those loyal viewers out there know we are live every weekday at 5 p.m. Eastern, okay, guys? So Thursday, for our Thursday Night Football pregame show, we will be live at 5 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you are with us at 5 p.m. tomorrow. I cannot wait to talk some more football with you guys, some more fantasy football. We will cover as many questions tomorrow as we can. Until then, I hope you stay healthy, I hope you stay safe, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Get a good night of sleep, everybody, because tomorrow, NFL football is on TV. Get pumped, everybody. Get excited. The chill bumps are out because NFL Week 15 kicks off tomorrow. I can't wait for it. I'll see you then, guys. 5 p.m. tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Goodbye.